What's up, everyone? Welcome back to After the Storm. This is the Canes game review for game number 60 of the season. A 3-2 loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, okay, let's kick off the intro portion of this. Anderson versus Källgren in net. The young 24-year-old netminder, previously drafted by Arizona, signed by Toronto, and I think has been doing pretty well down in the minors for them, has come up and given them some stability in net, as Jack Campbell has been hurt, not playing well either, and then obviously Peter Mrazek has been Brendan Smith drawing back into the lineup for Carolina in this one, replaces Jalen Chatfield. Smith obviously coming off the puck to the head that fractured his skull. He could have taken a lot more time off. I don't think anybody would have blamed him, but he chose not to. He is back into the lineup. And early on in this game, it looks like Carolina's going to, maybe dominate this game. And certainly with the way they opened up the game here, Shea comes in, gets a great chance, just can't find anything on the backhand to get it past Källgren here, but he had a wide open net. Canes had better chances early on. Toronto takes a penalty here with Lyubushkin going to the box, but Toronto kills this one off rather easily. And it's a talking point I'll get to later here in the video is how the Leafs played this game was very good from their end. But Carolina's adjustments just weren't there. So Toronto kills off that penalty, and shortly thereafter, Ilya Mikheyev with just a chip backhand, and this is a goal that Frederik Andersen would certainly want back, but it's also one you just can't give up. Andersen kind of slides across too early, anticipating maybe a backhand pass by Mikheyev, maybe putting too much stock into playing against former teammates of his or something here, but Mikheyev just shovels this one on, and it just flutters past Anderson. Carolina gets another power play opportunity before the end of the period as Bunting goes off for roughing, and again, Toronto kills it off. So we head to the first intermission, Leafs leading 1-0. And the second period was where I thought this game mostly fell apart for Carolina. Shea has an excellent chance coming in, and again, he's going to get highlighted as maybe the lone good player of this game. Shea ends up with a chance fed by Jordan Staal, I believe, comes down low, and Källgren just sticks at a pad. A great save by him on this play. But that's two plays on Brady Shea in this game so far that might have been sure goals. And then a weird kind of broken play where Marner just kind of ends up all alone on the right wing, and maybe on a 2-on-1 here as it developed, and just snipes it past Anderson. Low pad, above the pad but below the blocker sort of thing. And yeah, this is another one where Freddie probably should have this puck. I'm not going to deny a player who can shoot the puck like that a goal here and there, but like half the time you probably need to come up with a save, and especially at this point. And this was at the point of the game. This is the play here is when I know this was just going to go all bad. Was Staal all alone in front of the net, rips the shot past Källgren but hits the post. And that was when it started being very obvious that the Leafs were just forechecking really well and keeping pressure on the Canes in this one, and the Canes would not stop what they were doing. They didn't make any adjustments in this game, and it cost them. Again, and we're at the point now, it's game number 60 of the season. We've seen enough of this team. What we need to see more of is playoff-style hockey. And again, when teams come at you like that, which they are going to do in the playoffs, and you can't have that adjustment, that's a big problem. So the third period opens up a 2-0 lead for Toronto, but quickly in this one, Ethan Bear getting a rebound off of a block shot, I believe, by Lyubushkin, comes back into the slot. Bear just buries this one through the 5-hole of Källgren. It's 2-1. Svechnikov takes a high sticking penalty. Toronto to the power play, but Carolina, their excellent penalty kill, best in the league, kills this one off very easily. And then a 2-on-1 forms. Nylander over to Kasha, one-timer past Frederik Andersen, and it's 3-1 Toronto. Toronto takes a too many men call, a I believe that's the 11th bench minor of the season, which may or may not be into record territory for the Leafs here in Sheldon Keefe's squad. So again, the Canes now have a gift to get themselves back into the game. And on this power play, it ends up being the Leafs who get the chances. But Freddie comes up with the saves here. All credit to him. But again, this just every 2 minutes, it just felt like the team would somehow find a way to shoot itself in the foot. So Toronto kills that penalty, and with 3:04 left in regulation, Frederik Andersen heads to the bench. And Carolina, to their credit, kept the puck in the Toronto end. Did pretty well the whole 3 minutes, but again, they just weren't able to generate any really quality scoring chances, really just shooting pucks into shin pads and waiting for the perfect play to develop. And as I mentioned earlier, this isn't playoff-style hockey. This is regular season hockey, and it's not going to win you this type of game. Some of the most frustrating games, and I know early on in the season, there's the game against Columbus where it's like 6-0, and you come out against Florida and it's flat, and they're never really in it. These games, and I said that this was the worst game of the season for Carolina, and I truly believe that because of their inability to make any sort of adjustments. And to close off this game, Trocheck scores with 3.6 seconds left on the clock. Källgren thought he had the puck underneath him. Puck just kind of squirts out, and Trocheck buries it. But again, there's not enough time to do anything in this game. So it's 3-2. They drop the puck. Nothing really happens off the draw, of course. And that's pretty much it. Leafs win 3-2. In wrapping this game up before we get to some player analysis, is that's the major sticking point of this game and why it's so frustrating and why I think it's the worst game of the season so far is there was just no adjustment. There's nothing in this game where the Carolina Hurricanes realized that a team was forechecking harder on them or doing anything differently, and they made no efforts to change their play, at least through the first 40 minutes of this game. They started off the game excellent, and maybe if they had gotten that Brady Shea chance right off the opening face-off into the net, or maybe if Brady scored his second goal, this game would have been entirely different. This was a prototypical playoff game. You're out-chancing a team, and you're the team that's not making the adjustments. And when I mention adjustments, man, Toronto forechecked. They were in Carolina's face at every single turn, and they were reading the plays before they even happened. And that's a credit to how good of a team Toronto is. But at the same time, if you're the Canes and you're doing the same play where you throw it blindly up the boards and give it away, or you come into the zone and do a drop pass that's too pretty and it easily gets picked off, or you just shoot it for no real reason into a shin pad, you're going to lose the game. So this is something I've thought really hampered them last year. This is something I thought was really what broke them before they ever got to Tampa in the playoffs. Not that I expected to beat Tampa. Tampa's an insanely good hockey team. I just thought there should have been more of an effort or more of a contest in that series. But this nearly broke them in the Nashville series and with a team that's not even closely competitive with them. This is the sticking point I have with this team and potentially with Rod Brind'Amour right now is you can't keep shelling out Martinook into the top six and expect good results, and you have to make these adjustments before it's too late, and sometimes that's the case. Sometimes it's not till the third period when you're already being shelled and you're already down 2-0 that you end up making these adjustments. That's pretty much it for that. That is the basis of it all, is they got to get better at making those adjustments, and that's going to be the key to playoff success. So let's move on to some player analysis, starting off with the good. He's been mentioned in this video already a handful of times. Brady Shea, I thought, was the lone good Cane in this one. I thought he was activated. I thought he made the right moves, the right reads on defense and in the offensive zone. Obviously just doesn't get rewarded on those two plays, both on the backhand against Källgren. Maybe the other player who I should have put into this category was Stahl. I thought he had an effective game, and that's pretty typical when he plays against Toronto and gets line matched. Average in this one was just too many. Like, the amount of times I watched Svechnikov just, run out of ice and not really do anything with the puck. Not that there, too many, not that the SAT line was, turning the puck over constantly. It's just when they don't get it the certain way they want it, it doesn't work. And bad in this game is probably too many to name. There was so much stuff. Brett Pesce. had an awful game. Just a terrible game. Nothing we're used to seeing from Brett Pesce. He was dreadful in this one. On the 2-on-1 of the 3-1 goal. Constant turnovers, constant second-guessing of positioning. Lack of awareness on some plays. I don't know what was going on with him in this game, but he had a brutal one. And for the Leafs, we're obviously going to highlight Erik Källgren. He had an excellent game. He's just been very calm. He makes good saves. He's a terrible goaltender with rebounds. He just kicks rebounds right out of the slot. That was one of the most annoying things of this game to watch, was these grade A rebound opportunities that cannot get capitalized on because the Canes just weren't playing well enough. But anyways, a very solid game from Erik Källgren in this one otherwise. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. As always, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Helps me out considerably. And as always is the case, I will catch you guys on the next one.